You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. G.I. Joe Skoda, I like to be called because I was a government official. GI for 21 years in the Air Force. And deeply proud of those times. You know what I liked most about the military? Was I was told what to wear. I was told where to go. I was told what to do. And I knew my expectations. In fact, there's a checklist for everything. Even opening the office in some cases. You unlock the door, you turn the light, and don't forget the coffee pot. Now that's a little bit over exaggeration, but would it be nice if you knew what to do each and every day? You didn't have to care about the rest because someone else was doing that? Doesn't always work that way, and I'm not in the military now, and times are changing. We all have to do just a little bit more, learn a little bit more to accomplish so much more. Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Skoda, as I said. Look at the seat. Believe it or not, that's a toilet seat for a shower. Well, not a toilet seat, but a seat that's in the shower. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about seizing the moment. Carpe diem, making the best of today, not putting off tomorrow what we can do right here, right now. And I have things gathered around because next week I'm actually going to take things to a thrift shop. Well, not a thrift shop, we're having a rummage sale at the Santa Maria Veterans Memorial Hall in Santa Maria, California. We're having a rummage sale, and it's time to get things ready a week in advance. Dusting, cleaning, making sure things work like they're supposed to. Not just bringing loads of garbage with me into this building hoping it all looks pretty. Thanks to the beautiful Vanessa who's holding the camera right now, she did a lot of the polishing and cleaning and going to help us have a successful time. How often do we wait to the last minute to do something? How often do we just, well, it worked the last time I tried it, so it worked fine now, right? Wrong. You and I both are smarter than that and know things don't always work very well. If you know Murphy's Law, if it could go wrong, it's going to go wrong. Well, look around me. I got some furniture here that needs a little repairing. I've got bicycles and lawnmowers and wheelchairs. And believe it or not, once upon a time, I had a wheelchair repair business. Once upon a time, I used to do carpentry work on desks and tables. Once upon a time, I used to fix lawnmowers. I don't do much of that anymore. Now, even though I worked on a construction site for many years when I lived in South Carolina, I never took the time to learn the skills to put up a frame for a house or even lay down the foundation for concrete work. It wasn't important to me. I didn't learn those skills. And even though I learned how to play the French horn and trumpet and saxophone when I was in school, I never perfected that. Later on in life, I wanted to learn how to play guitar and the drums and so many of those other things. Sure, I played around, I've done different things, I have a certain skill set, but I never took the time to perfect it. I always assumed I could do it next year, or at least tomorrow. Why do something today when I can do it tomorrow, right? Wrong. You and I both know, you and I, all of us know, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know if something can happen to us, an illness, a sickness, an accident, or we can no longer do the things we do every day right now that we take for granted. Now look at these funny glasses. I like these glasses. Aren't those fancy? Don't I look studly? Don't look like a G.I. Joe Skoda? Well, the reason I have these glasses on because it's a different skill set some of us want to learn. People have asked me time and time again when I give speeches, how do I add humor to it? People asking me how to be funny even though I'm giving a serious talk. People ask me, how do you stand out in a crowd? Sure, you can wear fancy glasses, and trust me, these are some of my fancier ones, even though I have lots of them. I probably have 30 hats, lots of jackets, a lot of different outfits. But it's because one day, back in time about 9 years ago, someone asked me, or someone invited me to a Toastmasters meeting. A Toastmasters meeting. It's not all about giving toast, but that could be part of it. But it's about building self-confidence as we're speaking in public. And as you get up speaking in public and get confident doing that, you're developing leadership skills. I thought I had leadership skills. When I left the Air Force, I already had a master's of business and a bachelor's in aviation and so many other things since then. But I never truly developed the skills because I thought I was doing just enough. And quite frankly, I was just getting by. Even though I was enlisted for 16 years, very proud of that, and I got my commission at that 16 or 17 year point, I never did enough to get promoted faster. I didn't take it seriously enough to think about my family's future. I always did just enough to get by. How many of you can agree that sometimes we don't do enough? When's the last time you told someone that you love them? That you're sorry, that you forgive them, that it's going to be better tomorrow? And not just us, what are we doing to help somebody that we know is struggling? Every day we get bombarded from commercials and mail about donate to this cause and donate to that cause and help us out over here. There are a lot of people struggling in this world that need us. Sure, most of them want the monetary, and if you have the funds or resources, by all means, research and give to the causes you believe in. But if you don't have the resources to give, we all have times and talents. You can be a comedian, I mean, that's a talent, but you can give your time. And obviously we're not going to be able to give our time at the national level in most cases. But what are you and I doing today in our communities right around us that could truly make a difference in someone else's life? I'm telling you, I fall short over and over and over again. And in fact, my pastor today said, how many of us play church every Sunday? Are we taking that time outside of church to develop a real relationship with God? Are we taking that time, the other 6, well, actually 7 days a week, to develop a stronger relationship with our partner, with our loved one? Are we taking the time that's important to learn a new skill and work on our own character? I fall short all the time. I'm a good speaker, but I have a long way to go to become a world champion of public speaking. I have a little bit of humor inside of me, but something my dad told me years ago is, son, you don't have to be clown. You do not have to be a clown to be funny. And that's something I'm still working on. You don't have to be a clown to be funny. We all have a funny bone somewhere inside of us, and it could come across as sarcasm. But it kind of depends on the crowd or audience, the people around us that we're trying to influence or affect. You understand, we don't know how many more days on earth we have. And even if you lost a limb, if you lost a loved one, if you lost your job or have some kind of illness, I feel for you, because we all know someone who's suffering and struggling in those kind of situations. But there's still a purpose for us. We could still lead by example. We could still be a testimony to God Almighty. We could still show love, compassion, empathy, not just to people with our problems, but to everyone around us. Because you and I know deep down inside that even our parents, our siblings, the ones closest to us, are struggling with something. They may not let it be known, they may not tell us, but we should be smart enough to observe that. So all I'm really saying, this moment is as important as the moment after this moment. This day is as important as tomorrow. And if we keep putting things off for another day, if you're like me, procrastination is my middle name, you can go broke. I've lost tens and tens of thousands of dollars. I don't even know how much, because of my procrastination and my habits. I'm clean, but I do have a lot of clutter around me. I'm smart, but I'm often not utilizing those skills. I am continuously working on my speaking and my videography, and I'm getting better with that. But it's so important to put your money-making activities first. If I'm not making money speaking, if I'm not making money doing videos, then that should be a lower priority, wouldn't you think? And if I'm taken away from my family, my loved ones, people I care about the most, does any of this really even matter? Now, please don't get me wrong. If you have a passion, you have a goal, you have a dream, go after it and find someone to support that. But also find someone who can smack you or kick you in the ass every now and then and say, you might want to rethink this. Do you really know what you're doing? But love you enough that if you do care and you do know what you're doing, just support you. I'm not the best supporter. I make mistakes. Sometimes I come across selfish. I don't mean to. We need to work on ourselves. We need to work on ourselves. How do we do that? Well, Sunday should be put in church and prayer and meditation, but that should be every day of the week. And we should be reading positive things that are building up our minds and our self-worth. And we should be trying new things, whether learning how to paint a picture, fix a bike, or learn how to speak in public. And even if you're a Toastmaster now and been for 20 years already, when's the last time you started a club? When's the last time you mentored someone to become bigger and better than they are right now? When's the last time you invited someone to something that we know is great? Now, Toastmasters, Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, every other organization, we have bad apples, you can say. Bad apple. Somebody say I'm a bad apple. And I probably have been at one time or another. So pay attention to who you think you are. And how do we do that? Observe people who are watching us. Ask questions. When I got done being a district director, District 33 director in Toastmasters International, I sent a 360 evaluation to about 10 people. I was already out of leadership, at least at that level. I'm still in leadership now. But I want an honest opinion. How did I do the past year? What could I have done better? Where are my shortcomings? And what did you like? We have to be honest with ourselves. And if we have to get a thick skin, whatever it is, we have to be open to that feedback. We have to be open to criticism sometime and truly listen. Don't wait till tomorrow to listen. Right here, right now. Tomorrow may never come. You can make a change in your life right now. You can make your kids or grandkids look up to you right now just by showing up and watching a football game with them. Like I said, I'm a procrastinator. I fall short and I struggle on these things on a regular basis. So instead of us jumping down someone's throat and saying, you're doing it wrong, what are you talking about? Oh my goodness, I can't believe you did it again. Let's be a little more empathetic. Let's be a little more compassionate. Because I need that. I need that. I'll fall apart if I don't have positivity around me. And if it's negative, and even the person giving to me don't even realize it's negative, I have to take a breather, have to walk away. Because for me to give you my best, I have to feel good inside. Or the rest isn't real. So take this day, this moment, this hour, and make it work for you. If nothing else, just talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Make that phone call to a parent you haven't heard from in a while. Ask someone how their car's working. If you know it was broken 2 weeks ago, at least you could call, are you doing better? Hey, I don't know. I don't have the answers. Right now, for a couple extra bucks, I'm going to try to clean up some of the stuff around here with Vanessa, take a rummage sale, make a few dollars, and donate a lot of it to the disabled American veterans. Because that's important. Take the little bit we have and get rid of the clutter in your life. Because you get rid of the clutter in your life, it gets rid of clutter in your mind. You get rid of clutter in your mind, you can focus better on the things that are important. Hey, I'm just one person. But every one person can make a difference in one person's life. I can make a difference in one person, maybe 10 people's life. Hey, but if one is one is one. That one person can make a difference in 10 other people's lives. Take this moment and make it work. Care about yourself enough. It's hard for people to care for you if you're negative all the time and you're Debbie Downer. I think that's the word they call. But if you're feeling good and upbeat, it can be a little too upbeat sometimes, don't get me wrong. But it attracts people because they want to be upbeat and feeling good about themselves also. And if you're Debbie Downer, you attract people too. But you're often pushing away the people that really matter. Anyways, find a pair of glasses, figure out something that you've been procrastinating on and not wanting to change. Find a way that you can ask for feedback, even it might be critical sometimes. And more importantly, develop that relationship with your partner, with your God, with your community, and make this world a better place. We're counting on you. Been in the office, the Joseph Skoda. Have fun now.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
You have 20 shows a week, live stream.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be seen by your target market for as low as $200 a month.
That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows we could reach over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations.
Let us promote and advertise your event, giving your venue the red carpet treatment. This platform allows venues that feature entertainment, singers, bands, DJs, comedy, fashion, corporate events, and family events to be showcased in a new direction that also involves your audiences starts at $200 an hour. We also provides video editing, website builder, commercial video for your business, music videos, photography, provided by our affiliates. As we build our community, we pay it forward. Our nonprofit organization GI Connections is all about giving back to our community. Join us create outreach programs to help our community and live a happy, peaceful, and unity. Let us bring the world to you.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
Hey, good morning, world. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. You know, there was a time where I was afraid to be in an office because you'd be around so many other people. Now, office work is kind of fun, but I came from a mechanic background. And that was exciting. You had a different camaraderie amongst your other coworkers and kind of enjoy life and turning wrenches and joking with one another. And that was exciting. Even though my uniform, because this was in the military, even though my uniform was always dirty and ripped up and torn, and I smelled just like everyone else. We were in the same boat. Now, in an office environment, you still kid around. You can joke. You can, rub each other even the wrong way in some cases, but it's just a different atmosphere. Well, you're always looking good. I mean, I went from being in BDUs, a battle dress uniform, to wearing my dress blues. Well, not necessarily my dress, but my blue uniform in the office environment. And rightfully so, that should be. Today, everyone wears the BDUs or DCUs or ADUs. I don't know what they call them right now. Very few people wear the blue. That was interesting because when I was a mechanic and working, I didn't worry so much about my weight because the uniform kind of hid everything. But when you had to dress up and tuck in your blue shirt into your slacks and have your shoes shined, yeah, that was a whole different challenge all on its own. That was kind of exciting. But even though I feared moving into the office environment, in back of my mind, I knew it was the right thing. I did not want to spend my whole life with my nails dirty and my uniform smelling and my hair have grease in it all the time. I wanted something different. I wanted to challenge myself to use this brain up here. And don't get me wrong, doing maintenance or doing any job takes some brain work and some expertise. But I constantly had to challenge myself to move on and look more into, book work, administrative work, databases, just a whole different environment. And realize, here's one of the big tickers, especially in the military. We have a lot of people who thought, oh, it's just a cook, so it doesn't really count. Well, it kind of does. If you're a cook or being an accountant or working in office or working on a plane or fueling a plane or a program manager we all contributed to the bigger picture. We all gave what we could give. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of us could give more. There are lazy people around the world, and a lot of us did not have the same opportunities to move up and try different jobs. I fortunately retrained after my first 4 years, and I was stationed in the Philippines and got into the office work. It wasn't really office work. I was a radar operator, working inside most of the time. And then I went to a mobile radar unit where we were not wearing blues by any means. We were always dressed up in our BDUs back then and was in the field quite often. There's a lot of fear and uncertainty in our lives. But there has to come a time where we're going to step up and face that fear. Even the most successful people in the world, a good friend of mine, Tracy, oh boy, I forgot her name already. But anyway, from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm sorry, Tracy. She has an MBA. She was a realtor, is a very successful businesswoman right now. And I met her on her way up to success. And we talked a little bit about, you're doing the Tracy Walker. That's it, Tracy Walker. And we talked about different things. And she says, I just knew I cannot work for someone else the rest of my life.
because somewhere down the line, I'm going to have to answer to my children. How come I didn't do more? How come I didn't try harder? How come I couldn't? You know what I mean? Challenge ourselves. Another good friend of mine, as we all know, Maria Pureza. She's had lots of different jobs and has some education, but her passion is social media, social network. Sure, there's a lot of fear because, excuse me, every entrepreneur has to give up that guaranteed steady income, whether it's high or low, to work on our passion, to search for our vision, to try and face the fear and do it anyways. Now, it's okay to fail. A lot of people, and I've failed over and over again in different business ventures. But I'm just failing myself. And here was the problem I had. I thought I had to compete with everyone else. I've seen people, we start like at the same level, and they're boom, 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 making money right away. And sometimes I was doing just the opposite, losing money right away. Because despite how intelligent we think we are, despite everything else, our good looks and charm, there is some money involved in in all business ventures, and definitely a time commitment. And that takes time. Now, never quit your job. If you work a 9 to 5, or I don't care, 12 to 12, whatever hours you have to provide food and support for your family, you do it. But use that money you're making there to fund your real passion. Now, here's something I've learned. Our passions can change from time to time. It could change. I started like selling things in the swap meet, in a flea market. I enjoyed it. Never made a lot of money. I did make $800 in one day one selling electronics. And that was kind of exciting. And of course, a couple months later, someone stole all of my electronics. And that was not as exciting, let me tell you. So you have to change your mindset. So I want to lug this stuff out to the swap meet every week. You don't want to step in a flea market and sit there hoping someone's going to come in. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good money in that kind of venue, but that wasn't really my passion. So I tried different network marketing companies and it kept moving on. But here's one of the mistakes I made. I kept chasing that shiny nickel. You know, a shiny nickel where a better opportunity arises tomorrow. You might already be all in on this one opportunity, this one business venture, and a week later, something better, maybe a better compensation plan comes out. Maybe you see some of your friends over there. Maybe we look at this statistic like, wow, this is bigger and better what I'm doing. That mindset kept me down for a very long time because I was constantly chasing. And guess what? They tell you to talk to your friends and family about whatever you're doing and be excited about it. Now, just for instance, I'm selling Herbalife one week. Oh my goodness, the best products, the best vitamins, it's going to make you healthy. Rah, rah, rah. You can make some money on the side. And then next week, I'm selling Avon. Well, Herbalife's good, but Avon is just a little bit better because we're more into the makeup. People want to look pretty and all those kind of things. You're talking to the same friends and family and telling them, well, I made a mistake here. Let's do this instead. That's wrong thinking. If you think it's a better company, by all means, go for it. But don't bring those same people that you convinced over here with you on this side. Let them think for themselves. And don't you switch back a month later or switch it to another company a couple months later. That loses your stability, that loses your credibility, and quite frankly, potential profits along the way. I've done that. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars. And who knows, maybe even more by switching, by not focusing where my attention had to be. You know, there's usually a training program, and most of the training programs that say chase your friends and family are the wrong training. It's all about attraction marketing. It's all about branding yourself today. That's where the importance is. But how do you face that fear when you see these other people move up? And they got their family members involved or some of their best friends involved. And it just went the opposite. You're family kind of disowns you for a while until you figure things out. Yeah, we kind of all have those fears. We're all, afraid of the uncertain, the unknown, what might be ahead of us. We don't know what the government's going to do or how much taxes are going to be taken. Now, here's something interesting to me. Years ago, my last, one of my marriages, I won't go into it, and taxes were going up in their town. And the father's like, taxes are going up. I guess I'm going to have to make more money. I guess I'm going to have to make more money. I'm going to have to make more money. He didn't complain about the tax rate. He didn't complain about things costing more. His mindset was, I'm just going to have to make more money. Now, he is very successful. He had a house in the city, had a house in the country, had this car and that car, and traveled the world. It was a rather exciting time. But the mindset was different. I'm just going to have to make a little bit more money. Now, supporting two different households is very challenging. It's very hard to support one, but he did it. What, was it always easy? Probably not. He probably had more obstacles or challenges than you and I. Yet we're afraid to work hard. I don't care if you make an extra $200 a month at your business venture. That's $200 a month. That's at least a couple tanks of gas today, a couple tanks of gas in your car. And what if you're making $500 a month? Yeah, that's a car payment. $1,000 a month. In most states, not where I live, but $1,000 a month is a house payment. Now, what if you're making $1,000 a month, $12,000 extra a year, and you still have your job? Great. Especially if you love your job, that makes it even better. Great. Why wouldn't you try? And too many of us complain about the business owners with all these tax breaks, and they don't pay as many taxes as the rest of us do. You and I have the same opportunity. When you have a business, there are certain expenses that you can write off. A home office, for instance, mileage on your car, business supplies. Even you have a special telephone line just for business purposes. And there are so many other tax breaks, and they vary from town to town, county to county, state to state. But they're there. But they are there. Even a small business where you're potentially making $200 to $300 a month, or $200,000 to $300,000 a month. Same. Your expenses are a little higher in one, and you get to write off more of them. Your expenses are a little lower in others, you get to write off a percentage of that. We need to stop pointing a finger to those who we think are not paying as many taxes. Those business owners are employing hundreds or even thousands of people in some cases, and paying their Social Security and paying their portion into a retirement fund. A lot of them are, not everyone, of course, but it's different, giving those bonuses out. Is everyone perfect? Of course not. Are we all created equally? Well, as an employee, we kind of are. The employer wants to pay us as less as we can, or just enough that we want to stay on and make a difference. The point is, you and I have opportunity around us everywhere. And we have to face that fear, and we have to get up. Because one day our kids are going to ask us, say, Dad, how can you move over there? The job was better there and you were offered a promotion. Or Mom, you were staying at home and Dad was working, but you could have tried a business on the side, or whatever it is. Whatever it is, we're going to have to answer to ourselves, to our friends and family, why we were too afraid to stand up. And now that the government wants to force mandates on us and just want us to follow blindly like sheep, are you kidding me? You're smarter than that. Maybe we're not, because we've been blindsided for so long that we don't even see the tyranny or the evil that surrounds us everywhere. One day you got to stand your ground. One day you got to stand up strong. One day you're going to have to join forces with the good There's a lot of good out there. There's a lot of great people out there. There's a lot of misinformation. So even the good people appear bad because they just don't know or understand. Have that passion, have that empathy for other people, and lift each other up rather than tearing them down. That's one of the biggest issues. We want to tear down the successful person, or we want to tear down the non-successful person. That's kind of what we do. Why? Are you competing against a successful person or that not successful person? You should be competing against yourself. And every day you should be putting your mindset a little bit stronger and more positive. Every day you should be finding a different way to learn a new skill. Every month you should be adding to your income. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do that, of course. So we talk about that in this series and some other things that we're involved with. And like I just mentioned earlier, I'm a veteran. And I have this nonprofit called GI Connections. And the whole purpose of GI Connections is to supply, provide, connect veterans with resources. What kind of resources? Well, maybe disability claims, maybe housing, maybe counseling for education or entrepreneurship. We all have something. We all have something to give. We all have something to learn. And despite your disability, and most of us have a disability in one way or another, you still matter. We still matter. We still have something to offer, despite our age, despite prejudices or things that tore us down in the past. If we continuously work this and make ourselves a little bit smarter and talk intellectually, not like a scholar all the time, and we can still have fun with our own languages, but don't degrade one another. Come on. We hear it a lot in our music. Don't degrade yourself or one another. That just makes you look ignorant, makes you look bad. And quite frankly, you're making people around you think it's okay. It's not okay to degrade others. It's not okay to degrade yourself. It's not okay to push people down. But it is okay to stand your ground. It is okay to do what's right. It is okay to challenge someone who enforces a mandate on you. Anyways, I forgot where I'm going with all this. And the bottom line is, just face your fear and do it anyways. Successful people also have fear, but they just persevere and push through it. And once they had a little success, then it's a little bit easier each and every time. So even if you had a bump in the road and fell down, okay, you got scratched up and bruised, but you can get back up again. If you have to fall down again, well, it won't hurt as badly. Same as successful people. They go through and say, okay, I did it. I could do it again. I could do it better next time. You and I can do it better next time. Don't give up on your dreams or your goals. You love your job, great, but supplement that income. All entrepreneurs, all successful business people have multiple streams of income. Hey, it might be $100 here, it might be $500 there, it might be $1,000 in another place. Okay, that's $1,500. 60, I don't know, I can't add sometimes. That's an extra $1,700, $1,800 a month from different multiple sources, where you still can write off different business expenses. Trust me, it works. Anyways, if you need some mentoring, some coaching, some help, reach out to me. This is Joseph Skoda. josephskoda.com. You can find my website or reach out to Social Media Sales Network. And trust me, they can find me there also. You have yourself a great day. You're in the office with Joseph, G.I. Joe Skoda. Bye now. If you liked our show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.
Joseph Skoda. G.I. Joe Skoda, I like to be called, because I was a government official, GI for 21 years in the Air Force, and deeply proud of those times. You know what I liked most about the military? Was I was told what to wear, I was told where to go, I was told what to do, and I knew my expectations. In fact, there's a checklist for everything. Even opening the office in some cases. You unlock the door, you turn the light, and don't forget the coffee pot. Now that's a little bit over exaggeration, but would it be nice if you knew what to do each and every day? You didn't have to care about the rest because someone else was doing that? Doesn't always work that way, and I'm not in the military now, and times are changing. We all have to do just a little bit more, learn a little bit more to accomplish so much more. Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Skoda, as I said. Look at the seat. Believe it or not, that's a toilet seat for a shower. Well, not a toilet seat, but a seat that's in the shower. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about seizing the moment. Carpe diem, making the best of today, not putting off tomorrow what we can do right here, right now.